Hi, it's Brandon Sway from ThirstGym.com. Today we're talking about exercise called the safety squat bar good morning versus band. So this is just a build on the safety squat bar good morning. We've talked about this exercise in the past. I've actually got it over on an article on Elite FTS. But we're just going to hook some bands up here just like we're going to squat, and then we're going to perform a good morning from it. So check out my video on how to set up bands for the squat. It's going to be just like that, but you're just going to run the band through itself, pull it up to the top of the bar like this. Ideally, you're going to have band pegs, but if not, again, in that article and video series that I have for it, I've got all that discussed in terms of how you can set that up if you happen to be like in a commercial gym or something like that. But the safety squat bar, what it's trying to do is really round us over. So this is a really good torso positional exercise. You get some good quality eccentric load, so since the bands are pulling down good and hard, our glutes and our hamstrings, our low back are going to get some overspeed eccentrics because of the bands pulling faster than what gravity normally pulls. And then we're going to come up and fire up out of the bottom as well. So this isn't necessarily a speed exercise. This is just a way to get some accommodating resistance on it. Because as we get down the bottom, that's technically the most vulnerable or hardest spot of the exercise. And as we come up to the top, it actually gets pretty easy because we actually are standing completely up in terms of how we're hinging. So once we get past about that halfway point, most people don't have any issues with good mornings there. It's usually coming out of the bottom. Now, the reason I like the safety squat bar, again, it's easy to set up in terms of just getting under and going, but like I said, it's also going to build your mid-back strength specifically for your deadlift and your squat. So I'm going to get underneath here, get in position, stand up, unrack the weight, make sure my feet are good and flat, can feel my heels, keep my chest tall. I'm going to push my hips back, and then bring them forward. Back, forward. Go down as low as I comfortably can. You're not going to get all the way like perpendicular to the floor, parallel to the floor, but you're probably going to get relatively close. What you don't want to do is you don't want to just stop like here, like that. You want to go all the way down, then push back. And then walk forward. So as you can see, hold on to those handles good and strong. Keep pushing your hips back, and then you're probably going to feel that in your glutes, your hamstrings, and probably your mid to low back. Now when it comes to programming exercise like this, to me this is a supplemental exercise. I think it should be done for more of like reps of like 6 to 10, and I honestly favor more 8s to 10s. I'm not a fan of big, heavy good mornings. I know Westside Barbell definitely is, but to me, I just think the risk-to-reward ratio is not quite there for an exercise that's not going to build an actual quality movement pattern that you're after on the platform. So you don't want your squat to look like trash. You don't want your deadlift position to look like trash. And unfortunately, if you go stupid heavy with an exercise like this, it's going to make your upper body or your torso positioning look like trash. And so you're just going to ingrain bad movement patterns. I do know the argument is, hey, you're going to get strong in that position, so if you forget in that position, you know, you have a better chance of finishing the exercise, but the goal is to not get in that position in the first place. So let's try to statically maintain our position. If you have to, that means keeping the weights a little bit lighter, building some repetition in the movement patterns so we can statically improve that position. I think that's a better place to be in the long run, especially with an exercise like this. The safety squat bar just works great because it's relatively comfortable on a good quality exercise like the good morning. So again, I think just a couple sets, 3 to 4 sets of like 6 to 10 reps. You can certainly build up to one challenging set as well. I have many of my clients do that also with great success, and we try to beat little mini records here and there over the course of training cycles with different good morning variations after we've done our main deadlift work, and that's pretty much how we use this exercise. You can play with your feet stance as much as you want. You can go a little wider, a little narrower, but generally they're going to be more about hip width. If you happen to be one of those sumo people or really wide squatters, you can certainly do that. Just make sure that you're continuing to hinge well and stay in a good position while you do it. So that's the safety squat bar good morning against bands. If you got any questions, please feel free to leave them in the comment section. Thanks. Have a great day.